Do it for Dale, brother. Do it for Dale. Woo! Hell yeah, brother. Big thanks to everyone who ordered the new Twin Turbs t-shirts. I'm delivering them today via the Corvette Bald Eagle machine, and I'm going to give them a 100+ mile an hour joyride because that's just the kind of customer service that I like. Pretty safe to say that my neighbors kind of hate me. I leave the house every day at like 7 a.m. and this bitch is loud. America. So, most of you guys already know that I work for the company 1320Video, basically the most epic racing street car media channel on the planet. And today I just kind of wanted to talk about how I got that job. A lot of people come up to me at events and are like, man, like, how did you end up with a job at 1320Video? And it's kind of a funny story, so hope you guys enjoy it. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I recently got a microphone for my car because I'm sure you saw in the last video or heard the, wrong gear. I'm sure you heard in the last video, the microphone on the GoPro is kind of resonating. So, figured I needed to step my microphone game up. So I got a little lavalier mic so you guys can hear me more clearly. It's Tuesday morning, I'm on my way to school, and I don't have any other time, so I figured what better time but to make a video right now about a really popular question that I've had since, for a couple years in the auto industry. And I'd like to just kind of talk my way through it, go through the whole timeline, so you guys can get a good understanding of how I got my job at 1320Video and where it went after I, first started working for them. It's taken a few years to really grow this company with Kyle and Jacob and Seth and Fred and Matt and the other guys, and it's become something awesome. So just want to share with you guys basically how I got my job at 1320Video and how it's come to be what it is today. Alright, so 21 years old now. You gotta rewind back to when I was 15 years old, and I was driving down the street in my F-150. It was souped up, had like a blower on it, and in Nebraska you can drive when you're 15 as long as you have someone in the car with you that's 18. And I'm driving along, and this kid in a Mazda Speed 6, it was like dark gray, pulls up next to me, and is like revving his engine up, like wants to race. He rolls down the window and is like, hey man, like you want to race, yada yada yada, the same old school like street race type stuff. Well, the guy who was driving that Mazda Speed is Chase, who I'm sure you guys all know from this video. So at that moment, the light flipped green, Chase and I raced. My F-150 obviously lost, which is kind of lame, but I was 15, so what can I do? And we were kind of like joking around at the next stoplight. I was like, oh, I see your boost gauge, yada. He's like, oh no, it's a fuel gauge. And one thing led to another, and he was like, hey, give me your number. I'll help you get into the car scene a little bit. And so I gave him my number. And fast forward a couple months, he calls me. He's like, hey, we're doing a car meet tonight. Do you want to come by? Maybe bring your truck. And I was like, oh, sure, like that'd be great. But I wasn't old enough to go by myself. So what ended up happening is I just went ahead and drove. It was like 2 miles from my house. It was no big deal. I drove by myself to my first car meet, underage. Met all these guys, and it was just a really good time. I was only there for like a half an hour, but I enjoyed it. and that was it. So like 8 months later, this is 2012, Chase and I ended up meeting up again. We went to Twin Peaks, which is this restaurant in Omaha, and who happened to be there was Kyle Loftus, the owner of 1320 Video, the guy who started it all, created it all from his own, and started filming back in like the 2000s, I think like 2005 or something. And I met him. We kind of talked about 1320 a little bit. I didn't even know what it was. He's like, yeah, we film videos, you know, yada, yada, yada. I was like, oh, cool, I take pictures. You know, I've got a little SLR camera. And he was like, cool. Nothing ever came of it. We were just kind of, you know, friends at that point. So about a month later, after meeting Kyle Loftus and learning about what 1320 Video was, you know, I was much more interested in it at this point. And we went to one of our local Sonic meets. We used to meet up at Sonic, all the car guys in Omaha. And on Wednesdays at 8 p.m., everyone would go there. It was like awesome. It was a blast. I looked forward to it every week. And Joey Heichel with the beater bomb was there. And there was this grudge race going down to street bikes. And I was like, holy cow, like I've never seen a full-blown street race before, you know, from a dig. So everyone packs in their cars and like starts rolling out of the parking lot. And I'm like, oh man, we're going too. So me and my buddy Jason hop in the car, pull out, drive down the street, and they do this street race in the middle of freaking everything. Oh my god. Oh my god. You gotta see this truck. He is doing it for Dale. Huh. Do it for Dale, brother. Do it for Dale. Woo! Hell yeah, brother. Oh my god. That's awesome. Okay, so me and my friend, I'm like, dude, let's go. We gotta go watch the street race. So we roll out. We're cruising down the street, and then we see the beater bomb and these bikes line up. And as you'll see, I got some epic cell phone footage. So Kyle's like, man, send me that footage. I was like, yeah, no problem. I've got nothing else to do with it. I uploaded it to my YouTube, but it really wasn't anything back then. So Kyle puts in one of his videos. I was like, man, this is so cool seeing my film on the internet. And I was like, hey, can I get like one of those film crew shirts? The freaking guy denied me, didn't give me a film crew shirt. I was like, what the hell, you know, like I gave you this video. Whatever, I was still excited. I mean, I had just turned 16. I was like pumped up. Got my footage on 1320 Video. Cool freaking story. Fast forward to December of 2012. I'm sitting on the couch with my buddies, and one of them's telling me about Instagram. I was like, oh, Instagram. I was like, that's pretty cool. Checked it out, like, you know, photos. It was only pictures at the time. And I was like, man, I wonder if Kyle has one of these at 1320 Video. So I looked it up, and he had like a couple hundred followers already, but only like 4 or 5 posts. So I was like, man, this is lame. I was like, he needs someone to do this. So I texted him. I was like, Kyle, I see you made an Instagram, but you probably don't have time to post on it. He's like, yeah. I was like, do you want me to run it for you? And he basically was kind of iffy about it, but he was like, sure, whatever, go ahead. I mean, what can you hurt? It only has 500 followers. So I made my first post on 1320 Video's Instagram in December 2012. And that was basically when I started working for Kyle. So once I started running the Instagram, you know, the followers grew slowly. We didn't have that many followers on Facebook either, and you know, which made it harder to grow the Instagram. When I went to my first TX2K 13, and that next March after I started running the Instagram, and my parents, I was so young, my parents had to sign Chase over as my legal guardian for the weekend, which was super scary. And we did a lot of dangerous stuff, I want to point out. That was a terrible decision on my parents' part. But it's okay, I had fun. I actually rode in a Supra and went over 200 miles an hour on my first TX2K, and it was terrifying. nonetheless, it was awesome. So I hit 5,000 followers at TX2K. I called Kyle. I was like, dude, we hit 5,000 followers. And he's like, no way, like, cool. And, you know, awesome. So over that next year and the year following, things took off. Instagram went big. We hit like 100,000 followers. Facebook went big. It was over 1 million. And SEMA was coming up. So I was like, Kyle, I want to go to SEMA. But we weren't really like a full-fledged business at that point. Like, Kyle didn't need me to go, you know, so I went ahead and bought my own ticket with my own money. I spent like $300 and got the most ghetto ticket on Spirit Airlines. Flew for like 12 hours. It was absolutely brutal just to get to SEMA. I used someone else's badge to get in, but had a freaking awesome time. And that's when Kyle and I kind of figured out that when we produce content together, you know, things work really well. The way we were putting out pictures and videos during that weekend was great. And that's when Kyle made the real offer to me to have a job, like be paid to do my work, you know, like on a monthly salary. So I basically took over the Instagram, Facebook, you know, emails, running the websites, everything at that time. And that's when my job at 1320 Video went from, you know, posting on Instagram for fun to a full-fledged, full-time job of operating the social media of 1320 Video, which is now freaking huge, I would like to point out. We have 3.9 million followers on Facebook, 1.3 million subscribers on YouTube, and almost 900,000 followers on Instagram. It's been one of the most epic journeys of my life. It's really only half of what I do. I do a lot with Streetcar Takeover. I have my own digital marketing company. I'm now selling t-shirts and the Cletus McFarland stuff, but that's a whole nother thing, which I'd like to cover in another video. But yeah, ever since that SEMA, that's when it turned into a full-time job. I've done it through my entire undergrad and college, and I still do it to this day. I love working for 1320 Video. It's seriously like the best job on the planet. I get to work with my best friends and make money doing it while, you know, obviously working with the passion of cars that I have. It's gotten me, you know, to where I am today, able to have this car. And, you know, I'm very grateful for Kyle Loftus and 1320 Video. I know this is kind of a boring video, guys. It's just a lot of talking, but you just kind of have to tell the story. So I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you guys are enjoying the YouTube channel. Subscribe. And that's it. As always, guys, thanks for watching. And do it for Dale. Hell yeah, brother.